Hi, Volker. It's such a great pleasure to have you here on the show for the science of getting rich. And there is an upcoming seminar by Bob Proctor teaching the ancient book from 1910 from Wallace D. Wattles about how to tap into the forces of the universe in order to get rich.
Wow, yeah.
Yes, so I met you online, actually on LinkedIn, and what you do immediately caught my attention because you make a connection about rooms and spaces and how they affect us in our everyday life and also in our money-making endeavors. So you have a very special approach, and I greatly thank you to be here with us and share of your abundant wisdom in the context of the rooms and spaces. Your business is called Emotionsräume, which is German for spaces or rooms, like emotional rooms and spaces. But please explain, what are Emotionsräume?
First, thank you for really the dialogue we had. Was a great connection. Just typing it was like, whoop, there's that bulb up there and saying, hey, there is a connection.
Yes.
Thank you for this very, very inspiring get together.
Yes, yes.
Emotionsraum, it's our company's brand name, of course, but it's also the sphere between perception and manifestation. Like we in Germany call it the circle of, how you could say, the circle of impact.
Yes.
Where you have the space, what already holds your vision, your magnetic field of your whatever you want. It's money, it's peace at home with children and these crazy times. It doesn't matter what it is. Just this room already got this inside and gets you in this sphere and gives you the feeling, emotion and feeling. That's what's all about. And I'm very, very grateful that I can talk with you because it's a great connection. I think that what you do or you all guys do out there and Emotionsraum, that goes like that.
Yes, I feel that too. But honestly, I was exactly these days. I guess that's why I also attracted this conversation where you popped up in my LinkedIn. I'm thinking about decluttering. I'm thinking about spring cleaning. I'm trying to make space because now the children are home. I have my office at home, like everything is at home, and also the feelings of spring. And generally speaking, I'm a pretty messy person, and those who know me know what I'm speaking about. So that really triggered me, that how my environment, like my immediate environment, how my desk, how what is here behind my desk, or what books, or whatever I have around me, how does that affect my emotions? Can you please elaborate what's the connection between the spaces, the spheres, and the emotions?
Everything is affecting us. Our subconscious mind is like receiving everything, every little bit of it. And the more you have distraction, the more you have a distraction feeling, and the feeling is the language of manifestation, basically. That's a good thing to start right there, because we have to get clear between emotion and feeling. Yeah. What is emotion and what is feeling? Why we are called Emotionsraum and not Feelingsraum, feelings room.
Yeah.
Very easy, because feeling is always in the now. I feel right where my heart beats, where my breathing is, but I can't feel for yesterday, and I cannot feel for tomorrow, but I only can feel for right now, and I manifest in the now. Yes. Emotions are stored feelings in your subconscious mind, where everything you receive, you save there in this big storage. And that's what you have right there. You save every impact what comes in there, and you save it in your subconscious mind, and your reaction is a communication, you could call it, where it comes to the now. Like I take a picture. Like, can you imagine a lemon? A really, really, really nice, juicy lemon in your fridge, and you take it out and you just cut it in half. It's already juicy, and the knife is full of juice, you know, and then you cut like a piece, like an inch, cut it, and you touch with your fingers, it's already that lemon, and you cut it in half, and then you just bite on it. And just imagine how you bite on that lemon right now. And now it could be you have wort mouthing. You know, it's already just from telling you, it's something your body is already reacting.
Yes, that's right.
There is no lemon in nothing. And that's what it is. Emotion is always activating emotion. Motion. Erection to motion. Always some impulse to emotion. And everything what is in your space around you is basically giving you a niche, a little. Just, you know, and then you ask at night, why I'm so, you know, or you go at night and say, wow, it's all calm.
Yes.
Yeah. I could put in another picture I just got in my mind too. It's like when you drive a car or if you are in the traffic.
Yes.
Like there is traffic light is in green and it goes from green to red.
Yes.
You speak on the phone and everything, and you don't have nothing to do. Your subconscious mind does everything.
Yes.
Put your leg right off the gas, goes to the brake, and you just go on in your talk. You don't have to say, oh, sorry, the traffic light, I have to think first. No. You can go with the conversation. Everything goes perfect.
Yes.
But then you get on the traffic light, and that has red, green, and yellow at the same time. Every three colors are at that moment blinking. And now what is? Syntax error. That's what's happened when you have a lot of disruption around you. It's a lot of syntax error. That needs a lot of energy. What you need for syntax error, and not for, wow, hey, that's it. Hey, that's my feeling. That's my magnet. That's what kicks in, you know? So,
okay.
Yeah.
So how do I choose what to have in my room or on my desk?
The question, that's how the most people start when they do a room. They ask, what do I have to do there? It's not so important. The first questions you have to ask is, what do I want to feel? How do I have to feel to reach that goal? How do I need to make a field, a room, a space for me where already my vision is already there? And I go there and I already can live in that vision. And then you have the feeling of the vision, and then it's just, some say you could manifest in this, you know. And we experience that at some points when we are right in the flow, and there are things they are just there.
Yes. Yeah, it happens to me a lot, but that's right. I mean, that's so funny. So when I teach those things, and the book speaks about it, but putting it in another, also let's say, space, on another action that I'm not used to think like this. So it's really to train also the mind to think like this, where I haven't thought in the certain way before. That's very powerful. So
I think really, I'm so psyched about Emotionsraum because most people don't think that. They think they have to do it.
yes.
But the room has this job. The space has the job. And
Yes.
we are 95% we are driven by subconscious mind. We are only 5% conscious.
Yes,
you know?
conscious.
And that's the trigger.
Right.
You only can be 5% conscious. You can't do all day long to keep up that feeling. You have to create an environment what gives you that feeling, constant, this feeling, constant. And
Yes. Wow, that's very powerful. How did you come to it? How did you start with thinking in these kinds of concepts?
You could say it, how did it come to us?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it was just there at the moment. I've been like a consultant in a company. It's a salad to convenience salad production.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we had to find a way, because there are so many different language people and they couldn't communicate. We had to find a way how the space communicates to get a good job done, you know. And that's what we did. We created a piece, like when McDonald's, they had to cut McDonald's. It's like McDonald's, and you put up a sheet on the wall with McDonald's the 6mm iceberg salad or thing like that. And the people knew and did it right. They had like 30% of waste.
Oh.
That's how it started. And then we figured out, they work from in Celsius 0 till 4 degrees Celsius. It's like in a fridge. You walk in the fridge, everything is white and cold, and then you put in like different colors, and they are just more happy. And they didn't go there and then so they go there and there's sunshine, even though it's 4 degrees Celsius. They've been happy, you know. And that's how it started. And then we figured out, but how is it in the offices? There it's the same. And then I figured out, how is it with me? How is it my house? How is the thing? And I started with my partner to figure out how we create space and room. And that's how it came to us. And since that, we are just, we serve this idea. We serve this idea to develop and spread, you know, and we build consciousness for people. We do like build spaces, especially for companies, but we want also to be a mental impact. We want to give people just the idea, just to do it, because you can do it yourself. Everybody can do it. Just take something and put a smiley on your mirror in the bathroom in the morning and say hi, you know, and just makes you smile, and you'll start your day with a smile.
Yes, very powerful. Yeah, and so I see you chose to sit in an airplane.
Yeah, I'm here in my office, and it's the cockpit. You know,
yes.
We don't have space like I have one bureau or something. We have spaces for our value chain.
Right.
And one space is the cockpit, and there I am right now. That's where I have to. Now I don't steer, or no, I lead the whole company. I mean, here you have to. Here's the consciousness of the company, basically.
Right. Yeah, okay.
That's how it's called, and that's why here you see it's Emotionsraum Airlines. You can see it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it changes your consciousness. Whenever you go here, or the people who walk in here, and they do something else, they come here and you already switch. In here, it's cockpit.
Yes.
You get in a different body language, anchor and everything. It's just so powerful.
That's right. I also called my Facebook group, it's called Fly High. It says like that because it's really about taking off, and then it's fly high like a butterfly, because then it's not so high, but a butterfly is so colorful, and it is in the colorful grass and around the flowers, so it's like really taking off. And I also have my vision board and my dreams in my back, always knowing the universe has my back. So yeah, that's really something I thought about, but a lot of other spaces need to know. I'm not going to think about, I'm going to feel. What do I want? What is the feeling that I want?
Yes.
Learning fast.
Yeah. It's so easy. It's really easy. It's just a nudge in the thinking. You know, it's a shift. Right now, if people want to build a room, they go and buy some furniture and build a room now. And for me, like Steve Jobs was like one who knew that already. He lived Emotionsraum at his when he built his big house. He just put in one chair and said the other thing will build around me how I need it.
Yes.
knew about the power of the space. And
Right.
people right now, they make the space too tight, you know.
Yes.
Everything gets pulled in, and then you have no room to fly.
That's that's right. It's also for me. I mean, it's the question is not what to put in and what to buy that it makes us feel better, but it's what to take out, how to make space so the energies can flow better.
Why is Mary Kondo such a big impact on this world right now? Because the houses, the are trashed, you know.
Yes.
People need to relieve themselves of all that stuff they buy just because it's in the commercials. You need. What do you really need? Right now, you know it. You know, at this shutdown, you know what you need. You need very little things. You don't need to buy some shoes every week.
I was just thinking about the shoes of my son, so he really needs new shoes.
Yeah, I need my daughter. Yes, I think too. She needs some sneakers. Where do I get the sneakers? Yes.
That's right. But yeah, generally speaking, I can say also we all save so much money right now because we don't buy things we don't need and usually buy. And it's very funny because a lot of clients, they have two major, I would call it limiting beliefs, why they think they cannot now take up and learn this stuff. So the first is I don't have time. So now I think many of us were given the gift of having time, and others. And the second is I don't have money. So now that the holidays are cancelled, that we don't go out to do shopping, so just take that exact amount of money, and I don't think there is much more. So here you have it. Also, you just got it.
So true. So true.
Yes. So can you, like, around this thinking or way of thinking, which is explained in the book of The Science of Getting Rich, how or what would you give us as inputs to feel or establish ourselves with the spaces and spheres around us in order to get rich?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing is really the things what doesn't give you a feeling of being rich gets out. Move it away. It cannot be in your space. You have to to touch it or feel it, and can this hold your feeling what you need of being rich or being prosperous, you know?
Yes.
You have to feel it. And if this thing cannot hold this feeling, cannot hold the vibration, it's all about vibration. It's the language of the universe. It's about vibration. And you have to feel which vibration I can have around me to be there. If I have lots of things what are very low, or give me like, oh, I need to think about something, it was not good, but I have to think about it. Yeah, keep on thinking about it. But it also has all the accumulation, I don't even know the word really, accumulation, I think, everything together, what you don't have, puts you there, and it's like a lack of money, you know. You put it like, it doesn't have to do, the vibration has not to do with money. If you have a lack of something, it's lack of everything. Lack is lack, and it's not, it doesn't matter in which space it is.
Yes.
And that's the first impact, I would say. The second, I would say, get conscious about who you are.
Yeah.
How you define reality. What is reality? Reality is everything what your senses get.
Yeah.
Look what you see, what is your sight, what is the hearing, what if something is bothering you, then put another sound against it, or put smelling. If something is, you need a good smell, give it to it. The highest feeling of abundance is you have, breathe it in. The thing is what you want to touch. Is it like the things you touch? It's like, nah, you know, it's you have to look for your senses. That's for me, I think that's the most important thing, that you get aware what is around you. What do you perceive. And then from there, then you start building how you want it.
Yeah.
You get a different thinking. You start off, what do I need? How do I need it that I feel like that? It can be a stone outside. Pick the nicest stone you have in your garden and just think, wow, hey, every time you touch it and you give it the anchor, you know? It's
Yes.
we have the power to give things power. And
That's
every
right.
time this thing has the power, it gives us the power, and we are already there.
That's so right. Yes.
That's
And what I also learned is that decision, and I spoke a lot about decision, and Bob Proctor always speaks a lot about decision. But what you just said is that when you have an item, for example, right now I have my sunglasses on my desk, and although they make me feel rich, they have nothing to do on my desk. So the question when you just asked, does this have to be on my desk? So there is a very immediate intuitive answer. And whether it's yes or no, we know at that moment. And then the thing about decision, if you don't take it immediately, then all kind of chatter comes in, like, well, maybe when I go out, I know where it is, then it's very handy, and we get rationalizing about everything. So taking a decision quickly, that's what Bob Proctor always says, millionaires, successful people take instant decision. After 2 seconds, your inner chatter starts to break loose. And so that's why instant decision, if you know that's right, if you know it serves you, you do it.
So that's such a big one, what you say just now, because you don't have the time. The
Right.
things are there and you cannot carry it somewhere and it comes again. No. Time is always now. You have now is there, now you have to make the decision. It doesn't matter if you decide it's that, you can pull it back if in another time you decide different, you know. Don't be afraid to decide. That's people think, oh, a decision is forever. No, a decision is for now. I decide for now. If I feel different in 5 hours, I do it 5 hours, I do it different. There is no such thing, I have to hold my word forever. It's, if you want to do it right now, but don't hesitate. That's a very, very big one, I think.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes also people have to be taken by the hand to do that. So for me, it was also a process to really trust my intuition, to trust that I know what is right for me. And many also with clients when I speak, or not with clients, with prospects. So there is the thing, I have to think about it. So to have to think about is already something that takes us in the wrong direction, because we know at the very first moment if this is right. So when you're in this situation, whatever, if you're now building your new space or take a decision on whatever, so this is something, there is nothing to think about, you just know and trust, you know.
I think about that a lot, because that's such a big one through our whole, even them who master this big, it's still a challenge, you know. The thinking, we get conditioned that thinking comes first. And I always think about how we can give this impact to our kids. Yes. Because they go to school, and in school they do still the same thing. Thinking is the right thing. You know, it's not like, oh, how do you feel? It's like, what do you think? And yes. We are like conditioned like that. It's so big. And we have to recondition that and change our behavior to say, oh, how do I feel? Hey, how does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel now? How does it feel now? Doesn't matter what I think about it. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. If it feels good, it's good. And it feels scrappy, it's scrappy. And there is no, you don't have to analyze it. It's just a feeling, and every feeling is right. That's something too. We have to teach ourselves that what we feel is the truth. In every situation, it's always the truth. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, it's really so true. It's also like a muscle that you build. I am like, from the person I am, very left brain, very analytical, very rational, very, you know, numbers, talk, and so very thinking person. And I really had to learn to let go of, I have to think it through and to be exact and to know what's the outcome. Like really, we can't know until we know, until we feel it. So for me, starting into this practice with a bit meditation and gratefulness and everything is a few years ago, and it's like, okay, do it, and then you do it for a certain amount of minutes, and then you go into the same kind of thinking pattern that I've been before. So it wasn't until I started to work with this material and first think it through and then feel it through to let go of now I understand the theoretical concept. Now I can let go because I understood. Now I'm good with it, makes sense. So now I can trust to also apply it. So I had to go through it again and again and again. And I think the more I read it, the more I study it, the more I speak with people about it, the better I get at just letting go and listen to the feelings that tell me what's right and what also is the next step.
I mean, if you have space and got the luxury to do it, I had just the idea to learn that you could create a space. You need a space totally empty, like colors, maybe sandish, white, pearl, and there is nothing in there, just this feeling of this moment now. And whenever you go there, you only can trust your feeling. There is nothing to think about.
Yeah.
And that's because the thing is, everything we see, we have to conscious to be aware. And if we start thinking, it's so hard. It's very hard to keep that. And how we can make that easy? We have to find a space where you don't need to think. I mean, I don't know which teacher it is. Some of the teachers says when you go in meditation, get your iPhone and put a fan on and make it so loud that you hear nothing else. Just to put the fan on, and your mind don't have to look, oh, what is that, what is that, what is that. It's just one space, like your inner space is just one constant sound. And that's like you would need to have a space like a room for that, where you work and live, and there is nothing in there.
That's difficult.
Try that out.
Well, difficult is a limiting belief, but that's so. I love my balcony because I can see the skies and the Swiss Alps and some of the Lake of Zurich. So for me, that's the big space, because really in my home there is everywhere something.
Yeah. You need to find the space.
Yeah. So usually it's closing my eyes, and then there is everything also. As I want.
You just have to practice it.
Right.
It's the thing is always the practice.
That's right. That's right. Practice and repetition. So you mentioned colors, which is also very interesting. It's not a physical space, but it definitely does something to our emotions and feelings. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah. I mean, we developed our ideas since 2002. We figured something out. You can't put the color red is always like that, green is always like that, but it's always about form and color and personality. So that's why you cannot say this color is for this good. You have to figure it out yourself. But there are some colors that do something for us people, because they are like in the environment. Like you learn from the nature, what does nature do with us? If like sit in the car and you drive, it's raining and gray sky, and you drive around a corner and green grass and blue sky, and you drive out and it opens your heart. And we figured that out for a big German company. They have like the people go there with sorrow, insurance company AOK, where the customer centers, we discovered this with the color. Like every time they go in there, it opens their heart. It opens their heart. They open up, and in interviews when they go out, they say, "Oh, I feel already better." No, they don't come from the doctors. They had no cure. They've been at the insurance company. But what the colors does is they do something, and out there again, you have to figure it out yourself. Like you do with, does it feel good? You have to figure the colors. You have to print the color, and does this color match this vision of mine? Yeah. Is this color, is that there? but you can't go and say, oh, there is a color, I take red because red is that, or that. That's our experience. We would recommend feel. What do you need at this moment? Because there is so much impact on your life, in your subconscious mind, in everything what is surrounding you. Every color is unique to what I feel. And that's, feel that too. Feel the color.
Yeah. So that's very funny because, or not funny, that's very interesting because like I built also funnels. So a lot of my business is online, and usually I go with the colors of turquoise and some orange, or I'm shifting from being orange to somewhat more pink. But now I'm setting up something around the science of getting rich, and I suddenly felt to put in gold and green and also pink, and I was like, oh no, that's not my branding colors. And so there is I know I should stick to my branding colors, as opposed to I just feel like using something else right now. And I just did it. I just used the different colors.
Yes.
And yeah, but I got a lot of feedback of professionals but this is not professional. No. And so I come into thinking also, so we are brain, it should be like this, and should be could is something we anyway should erase from the vocabulary, because we know, right? Yes.
And you are experienced, you live it by you live your words, you know. You feel it, and then you do it. It doesn't matter whoever says. The more say no, don't do it, the better it is. It's my experience. It's
yes, definitely outside the box. Yeah, and it takes some courage to believe in myself, to just say, okay, I feel that way, and I think it's good, and because it has to be proven. But I think it will.
Yeah, I think. Life needs courage. Life needs courage to be lived. I mean, to sit somewhere and let it just be, that's not living. You have the courage to do it what you feel. And that's a good practice, what you just say. We just have to listen more what we feel, not what others say. There are too many people out there, they do something and they ask others, how do you like it? How do you like it? It doesn't matter how they like it. It doesn't matter what does it to you? How do you feel? And every opinion you hear, it's like you have a glass of water here.
Yes.
And every opinion is one drop of coffee in there, and it gets darker and darker. How much clear water do you need till it gets clear again? Never. You never get to that imagination again, because people always do the same thing. They ask others, and they don't really care. You know, that's the biggest thing about it. Nobody really cares. They just say, oh, I wouldn't. They want to be nice. They have to be critical. They have to say something, you know. And then they walk away and say, oh, actually that gold there, it was not bad for this. For this, it's good. It's good. But
because I'm going back to what you said. I was thinking, what do I want to feel? Yeah. And right now, and in order to feel rich, I envision gold and glowing and light around me, and not the turquoise, which I really like, but I like it more to symbolize the freedom and other contents I put out there. But yeah, so that's why I go now with the gold for this funnel. How cool. Volker, what is your superpower?
What is my superpower?
Yes.
My superpower is to be aware of my higher self. Yes. That is my superpower. To listen what I feel, to listen what is this message, what my intuition says. And I'm very, very, how you say, I don't even know, I don't really care what others think. That's my superpower. I don't really care. It's good. I don't even have to go. I think great, that's you. Hey, perfect, yay! But it doesn't affect me. You know, that's something people tell me all the time. How because if I feel it, it's not to touch. I say, that's you. I can see you. Yeah. But, and that's, I think that's a really superpower. We should all do that more.
Yes.
Not care so much what others think, and or get doubt. You know, so many people are in doubt, and if you are full of doubt, how you want to be rich?
Yes.
Doubt is the opposite. If there is so much doubt, I doubt that you're going to be rich.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. So what would be your one tip to give people on their way to create their spheres and spaces to get rich?
Get clear about the feeling, what rich feels for you.
Yes.
And improve this feeling from day to day. Do nothing else than just improve this feeling. Improve it more and more. Feel richer and richer. And then you live it. You don't just feel it anymore. You go out and live it. You live this feeling. Whatever you do with this emotion. You just, when you pick up an apple, you do it as a rich man or a rich woman. If you go outside in the garden, you do it as a rich person. Just live it. Be it right now. That's and create space. Really, we are 5% conscious. Please do it. I give it for free to tell you. Just think about it. Just make yourself space, like Nadine does it behind here. That vision board. It's so big. Make vision boards. Make space. What already puts you there. That's what I think.
That's very beautifully said, and very much brings it to the point. So if you want to listen and learn more about those principles, there is the link here around this video, and you can there download for free the ebook. And the book is also coming up with applied exercises, such as what Volker just taught us and many others. So you're invited to click now on the link and get into this thinking mode, and not thinking mode, but to think yourself and then feel yourself through those principles to understand what it takes. And there is nothing standing between you and you to get rich. So thank you, Volker, so much for your insight. It's very valuable. I'm going to do it right now. You gave me some good ideas, and I'm going to send you the pictures of before and after.
Oh yeah, that's what I appreciate. And send me a link to that flying group. I want to fly. Yes. I want to be in this group. That's my people.
Yes. I will also put it to the
Your
comment.
idea is so great to create that space. It's a virtual space, but that's so great.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for this very exciting. Yeah.